Hey everyone, welcome to Breakout Wednesday on Monday night. It is the 22nd of December 2025. I'm not going to do it on Christmas Eve. I'm punching out now. There's going to be a lot of rambling today, but bear with me, all right? Here's a chart of the all. First of all, remember, this is never financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is simply a video blog on how one trader sees a market, and everyone needs to take responsibility for their own decisions. We've been having a bit of a Santa Claus rally the last 2 days after these tiny little kind of candles here, little wicks to the downside, rejection, closing at the high, then boom. Pretty cool. Let's see what happens, right? So just a lot of stocks I've talked about are just going pretty well, but the trades are still kind of open. RRL closing on its high. What's another one? EMR. Gotta hope some people cashed in here. Hey, like we're talking about this for weeks and weeks. This is just classic A plus setup. Still going for it. Let's just quickly, in no particular order, CSC, getting to the pointy end of this now. It's got blue sky above it. It's in the the copper space. Let's just look at the wire ETF. Okay, bang, all-time highs, new all-time close. Good sector right now. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out, and so I'm liking CSC. I've been talking about it for 3 or 4 weeks and finally like it. I didn't like it here and here and here, but then it came up, tested the high again, and then fall in this little kind of handle area, if you want to call it that, and now I like it. Okay. Talked about EMR. EVN was that other one that was tight as here, and it's closed on its high today. And then this just, the point of today is just to point out how many setups there always are in a good market. CMM's basing away in a Davis box, okay? Okay, gold, the gold, sorry, it's not gold, is it? Anyway, is basing away in a Davis box. Let me show you, okay? All right, boom, okay? There are countless, MEK, all right? Basing away in a Davis box. Let me show you. There we go, boom, all right? And look, let's just go. Let me just crap on a bit more. BSL, okay? Talked about it last week. Basing away in this tight Davis box. Let's have a look at, say, what's the other one? SGM. Steel, okay? Basing away. Is that a Davis box? I believe I probably saw it in one. Yes, boom, okay? Okay, there's a thread on it in Breakout Wednesday where Adam posted, steel is hot, right? It's all setting up, okay? And what's some others? SMR, okay? People have been talking about this. Okay, we've got this big cup and the handle here. We've got kind of a bit of a downtrend that was happening in coal, but all of the coal stocks are starting to turn around, and now we've got these kind of bottoming action here with the Davis box and all the moving averages coming around. All right. Now, the reason I'm going through so many stocks is just to show you that there's opportunity everywhere you look. Okay, the market always has plentiful opportunity to print money. Okay, also plentiful opportunity to lose everything. All right. Let's just, before I get into what I wanted to say, that was SRL. Let's have another look. WAF. Okay, it's like it's like a kid in a lolly shop, isn't it? For a trader, they're everywhere. When you got a good software like this and you can find these breakouts, boom. Okay, there's just like shit. What ones do I touch? Okay, and I think the point with Christmas coming up and a bit of downtime for everyone is review this year's trading. Have a look at what worked. For me, I've already talked about it. It's blue sky, and it's just I want to make a bit more of an effort to not get shaken out of these big movers, because looking back, I like tight stops because it allows me to have a big position, but there were just some huge winners that I got shaken out of, and then they just kept going. All right, and then you look back, and they're kind of up 50% or more, and it's like shit. Sometimes that extra tight stop loss for me really will cost me. Okay, whereas I've been a bit more patient lately. Say with RRL, came back a few times. I was showing a small loss, and I sat with it. My rule was just as long as it bounced off its 21 exponential, I'm happy, and it kept doing that, and bang. All right. So that's going to be my strategy more, is just blue sky, as I've already talked about 2 weeks ago, and then riding that 21-day exponential, because I do believe that once a stock breaks strongly below the 21 exponential, that it's all bets off in terms of a strong uptrend. Okay, so going to be in 226, I'm going to be putting a lot more emphasis on that 21-day line. And I didn't invent this. Okay, there's plenty of very, very, very well-known traders who do that. All right, now and I guess what I'm getting at is there is so many setups out here. There is so much opportunity. It's easy to get lost. You've got people messaging you. You've got forums. You've got Twitter, and it's like shit. How do you make a decision? You get like this analysis paralysis, and it comes back to this thread that kind of got a bit of heat and it got a bit of posts, but most people haven't posted on it yet. It's just, I'm telling you, right? If you haven't made a lot of money trading yet, this is what it's about. If someone asks you, if you're sitting around a Christmas dinner and someone says, what's your A+ setup? Not that anyone's going to ask that, I hope. Depends who your family are, right? But you need to be able to tell them, okay? And then you need to be able to get your A+ setup, pretty much print it out, put it on your wall in your bedroom or in the bathroom or somewhere, and just look at it all the time. And so when you see your setup forming, you don't, the trades come to you. It's a no-brainer, okay? It doesn't matter what Joe says, on some WhatsApp message. Who gives a shit what he likes? Is it your A+ setup or is it not? That is the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter the stocks I talk about on Breakout Wednesday. It should be irrelevant to you, because the only thing that matters, this is Peter's, the only thing that matters is this. Is your A+ setup happening? Or is it not? If it is, take the damn trade. If it's not, then block out the noise and don't take the damn trade. Okay, don't just take it because Jimmy said that it looked hot. All right, and that is the point of tonight. And it's where I see like so many people going wrong. They just listen to people. They're not taking responsibility for their own decisions. Let's just crap on about a few more stocks before I piss off out of here for the year. FSLR. Now, this was posted. I stole this. I think I'm allowed the odd steal. I think I've maybe got the right to just steal the odd little one. Brian posted this. No, yeah, that was August 6th. Shit. I think it was him that posted today as well. Setting up again. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, legit. Okay. Sweet. And let me just rattle through a few other US names, okay, because there's so many. And there's always heaps. ACAD, look how tight that is. Biotech name. I was looking at this back here, hey. Oh, shit. Bang, bang, bang. Tight there. Really tight, okay. ALNT. This is one that a lot of us were looking at a few months back here. And it kind of chopped around, but now it's setting up. Again, tightening, all right. What were some others? AUPH. So tight here. Just see how this is just tightening up right under here. That came up in the Davis. What's another one? FLYW. Boom. All right. Little transaction payment stock. This came up an inside bar scan, like bang, bang, bang. Inside bars here. Inside range days. Not really inside bars, all of them. But that's an inside bar. These are all inside range. I just kind of made that up, but that's what I'm calling it, and it doesn't really matter. And this thing's in a long-term uptrend. All these lower kind of bottoms. Lower lows, I mean higher lows, I meant to say. A bit messy here, isn't it, in the gap up. It's not perfect, but I'm watching it tighten. KRMD, medical stocks base in here, just blue sky above it. And I think I've already talked about BSL and the steel names, but let's just quickly talked about it heaps. Huge resistance up here, so expect some chopping in BSL if you're going to take this. It's not really blue sky, but it would maybe just a starter for me and then loading up. But just telling you, there's something here. Just like I've been crapping on for 6 months or whatever about how BH and Rio are setting up, and and obviously this is unfolding now, and they're on their merry ways upwards. Okay, I had like a bit of mud on my face for a while there because they kept faking out and going down again, but the bigger picture for these guys is up, 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 all right? And I'm positioned to sow, and I'm going to stay positioned to sow for probably for years, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to really ride that major trend because you don't make the big bucks by getting in and out quickly unless you're incredibly good and work 12-hour days and all that. But these guys, all the writings on the wall. Rio's stronger, isn't it? Okay, printing new highs there. Shit, I'm kind of heavy BH and not Rio, so that sucks. But BH is still pretty good. And look, I don't want to crap on too much, but the writing's on the wall here too. Okay, and so this is going to be choppy as all hell up here and going to shake a lot of people out. But I think that these major big trend ideas, like where I'm writing major trends, the 21 exponential is not going to cut it, right? No one sticks with a long-term trend writing a 20-day exponential. You need to be getting your monthly charts out. You need to be looking back and saying, okay, like let's say back here, those who rode this, this bull market back here, this is a monthly chart, right? So you're having pullbacks to the 21-day line on your monthly chart. Here, see, bounced off it, bang, 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 bounced off it. And when it eventually breaks that 21 on the monthly chart, you're out. Okay, it's very, very Weinstein way to look at it. Let's go back and look at a week. Am I on weekly? Yeah, I'm a weekly. Okay, so here's that break near the GFC here, right? So up, it's bouncing off its 21, 50, and then bang. So it's like, it's just, if you want to ride the major trends, you're going to need to have massive pullbacks and you need to have some rules in place. And I don't know what that rule should be. I know how I'm going to do it, and that's just using monthly charts and really just giving it a couple years. And I don't think traders talk about this much, giving things having a time horizon of many years, but it's really paid off for me, guys. Having that long-term view when I see big picture shit, all right, big picture stuff like this, okay, then it's just, right, I have no problems just taking a multi-year bet and just holding to my guns. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm going to lose cash. That's life. That's life of a trader, and it's life of an investor, and you got to live with it and just embrace it and have fun with it, because life's short and you got to enjoy yourself. All right, I'm going to piss off. Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you got some good out of Breakout Wednesday and some good out of the program, and you're enjoying yourselves and making some money and taking charge of your lives and everything. And I'll be pretty active next year. I've been super busy we've got some cool stuff. I'm going to pause this and show you one little thing. One sec. All right, so I'm on a beta site. This is right now is an hourly chart of Google. All right. Okay, I'm just going to show you an hourly chart of, say, Tesla. All right. Here's an hourly chart of Tesla. I'm going to show you here. We go down here. We've got a 5-minute chart of Tesla. Bang. Let's go and have a look at a 1-minute chart of Tesla. All right, there we go. 4-hour chart of Tesla. All right, so I've been quiet on the forum, but I've been deep into work, okay? And it's just sometimes hard for me to be doing everything at once, but there has been results and action happening on the business end side of things. This is going to get rolled out next year. Everyone that's paying their whatever a month it is going to get this for free, because you're awesome and they're legends, right? Then we're going to roll out crypto intraday charts like this in crypto. All right. The ASX is a minefield and a cluster. Okay. The ASX is impossible to deal with. Getting intraday charts like this in the ASX is literally, it's the reason why Spark charges $250 a month. Okay. The ASX want to charge us you guys we would need to triple your membership fees. Okay. So I'm pretty sure people listening don't want to pay $300 or $250 a month for live ASX charts. It's just not going to happen, right? It's not possible. But we are doing what we can do, and we're going to have intraday charts on the US, on crypto, eventually on Forex too by the end of next year, I'd say. And the ASX, we're going to have more regular updates, I believe, but that might take a while to roll out. Anyway, it is what it is, and there's been a lot of work going on. It should be pretty cool, especially for those who like US stuff. And you can do all your data scans, inside bar scans, all your favorite scans on it. Obviously, like relative strength scan on a bloody 1-hour chart, like it's not going to work, right? There's limitations, but yeah, it's the same system. And I've always wanted to be able to get out a chart of Apple and just scan a 1-hour chart for Davis boxes. I found some sick you know, setups on a 4-hourly chart and then flick to the daily and blah, blah, blah. It's just so cool, and to be able to utilize the powers of all of our scans on the, you know, 4-hour charts, for example, because I'll show you, like, you can do, I know I'm crapping on, but it's just, I love this shit, right? So you can do, like, you know, data scans, and then when you're going into scan type, you know, see, 4 hours, I can scan whatever I want, like 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 30 minutes, 50 minutes, so cool, right? It's so, you know, anyway, I'm crapping on. Merry Christmas, take care, stay safe, cheers, bye-bye.